Oh god, now I've started. Greetings, Greetings, fellow members of the Esoteric Order of Gamers. Welcome to another battle report.
Yay!
Yes, that yay you heard was from Will.
Hello.
There he is. He's over here in New Zealand. We're playing some games together for the first time in a year and a half. Unbelievable.
Far too long.
Well, you know, I'm sick of him already. No, just kidding.
It's mutual, buddy. Don't worry.
We've been having a great old time playing games, having long, deep conversations, eating and drinking far too much. It's been a lot of fun. And today we're going to play Conquest.
Aha. And look, for those of you who have seen battle reports on the Esoteric Order of Gamers before, will be shocked, stunned, possibly appalled to see a green table.
Have you got your finger on the microphone?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Is it?
No, the microphone's in the middle.
Good. Because sometimes do that and you just get which is really annoying when I'm editing it later.
I was wondering what your idiotic gesticulations were, but
so
now we know.
Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings. It's by Parabellum Games, and they've made this amazing miniatures game. It's got fantastic figures.
Let's have a look.
It's a really involving, kind of slightly old school rank and flank type of game. So it's not skirmish. You can see we've all ranked up. I've done one battle report before. And it's time to do another one because, in fact, Parabellum are going to be sending me some more units soon. So I'm going to expand my forces a bit more, and we'll have a bit more Conquest coverage because it's a really fun game if you're into this type of fantasy tabletop miniatures games. So we have, of course, Will is going to play the Spire.
The Spire.
Who are sort of the creepy ancient space elves who now have kind of vat-grown drones and weird kind of biological
Creepy
kind of stuff.
Well, it all depends on your perspective, really, doesn't it? Some people would find this very attractive.
A face only a mother could love. And over here we
literally, it does have a face in there. We were conjecturing earlier about how to eat. You'd need to get a lot of food in that mouth to feed that body.
There's actually a whole background behind this. This isn't actually its face. This is the face of the last person it's consumed.
Oh, I wish you hadn't told me that.
He was probably inside going,
oh, jeepers.
Those eyes are actually its eyes. It's
yes.
It's very weird.
Oh, okay, so the face is the last thing that's gone into the mouth. Okay, let's move on.
This is the 100 Kingdoms, of course, which are the human forces. We've got men-at-arms and knights and crossbowmen and, of course, noble lords and his cavalry there.
Can we just take a moment to enjoy the magnificent paint jobs that Peter has done on these things? They're just fantastic. Even the shields, I particularly like the shields. They're so symmetrical.
Well, as a matter of fact, there are 6 different designs of shields, so they match on each of the stands. You've got 4.
Yes.
Anyway,
I remember doing that with my battle law figures, which are about 1/10 the size of those.
Yeah. So anyway, we've played one test game of Conquest before that because we haven't played Will's never played it, and I haven't played for a while, so we just got our head around the rules again. It's relatively straightforward, a few little complex things and special abilities you have to remember. The other thing I should point out right from the start is that the way hero characters work in this game has changed since the initial release of the game. And now when you have a hero character, they are on their own individual stand. Now we're not doing that, and the reason is because I haven't quite got my head around that rule yet, and it involves having extra stands and extra figures, things that I haven't painted up and got ready and everything like that. So we've simplified that and just gone sort of back to the original system, and that we've just replaced a normal rank and file figure with the hero figure on the stand. So if you're playing Conquest and you see that and you go, oh, that's weird, that's not how it plays, that's the reason. But anyway, you'll get the idea and see how Conquest plays anyway, because it's a lot of fun. So let's get started.
Indeed.
Now, we're not going to go through the rules in detail this time. I did that in the last battle report, so check that out if you don't know the rules. But I'll just roughly go through some things. Now, the important thing is we have a scenario here called Maelstrom, and we have 3 objectives in the centre of the board. This one is worth 1 victory point. These ones are worth 2 victory points. This has got a 3-inch radius. These 2 have a 6-inch radius. So you've got to control those objectives by having the most number of stands around in that radius to get the victory point at the end of the turn. The first person to 8 victory points wins. There are 8 turns. And if you haven't played Conquest before, something that's a bit different is that you don't set up all of your forces to start with. You roll at the start of each turn, and there's an increasing chance for your regiments to come in. The light ones tend to come in faster than the heavy ones, so they have an increasing chance as you roll it at the start of the turn. So we've had our first turn. Our first 2 light regiments have come in. I've got the mercenary crossbowmen. They've done 2 march actions onto the board. Will has brought on his force-grown drones, and they're brought in with 2 march actions as well. And that's it for the first turn. No one's got any objectives at this point.
And these units are both light, which means that they can't actually hold objectives. They can only contest them to prevent other units of medium or heavy capturing them.
Correct. Turn 2, we've just been getting our troops out on the board. Oh, hold on, it's changing his mind.
No, I didn't draw the card. I just assumed they were next, but they were not.
Oh, okay. So we've brought on everything this turn except for our 2 heavy units, his Abomination and my Steel Legion unit. So I brought up my cavalry, who's done a double march move, moved through the crossbowmen and ended up on the other side of that terrain. My men-at-arms are right next to them in the middle of the board. Will, of course, he's got his force-grown drones there. He's brought on his marksman over there. And, oh, yep, this is your turn 2 move for the force-grown drones. They're just creeping forward. What's going on?
Because I don't want to find myself sitting here and then getting annihilated by you next turn.
Oh, fine, okay.
Obviously.
That's fair enough. Is it my go?
It's your go.
It's my go. I've just got my mercenary crossbowmen now. They're in a slightly uncomfortable situation. Gee, I played this well, didn't I?
Better than last time.
Yep. I wonder. I suppose I can't reach you. Just grab that for a second while I check the range here.
I think your cavalry would count as an obstacle, wouldn't they?
Well, they would, but I can't reach you anyway, so that's no good. Yes. Difficult. I'm just going to bring them up here. I know this is crazy, but just for the moment.
It's the obvious thing to do.
That's it.
Okay. I've got my Biomancer who's in here. Mm-hmm. He can't do anything of any value to anybody as far as I can tell at the moment. No. You got anyone else?
My Noble Lord, who isn't doing anything.
Okay, and then I've got my Brute Drones. Definitely not in charge range. Okay, that's 18.
8, so 20. No, I'd have to roll 10 on a d6, which would be tricky. Okay, I'm first in turn 3. I've brought up my Imperial Officer, and his draw event is Fury, which is +1 attacks to each engaged stand. So I put a little marker here with a 1 next to it, just reminding me that these men-at-arms get +1 attacks this turn, if they do attack anyone this turn. Will, what's your draw?
I've got my marksman clones. They're going to come forward 5. Oops.
Smashing the terrain as they do.
As opposed to just moving it into a more convenient position like you did. And there'll be a slight pivot involved in that. And then they've got...
Placing terrain is a little bit more challenging in this game because you're moving in ranks like this.
Yeah,
you can't just sort of skirmish around it, so it's definitely part of the strategy of the game. You really got to think about where you place it. As you see, we've been a bit slack and not placed too much of it.
Okay, so they're going to fire at your cavalry.
Oh, what?
Got a range of 28.
That's over half range, so that will be a modifier of some sort.
Actually, you know what? Can I get them from here? Yeah, I can. I won't even bother. I'll just stay behind the fence.
Oh, okay. All right.
That means
change his mind.
Means I can do a take aim action.
Okay.
Okay, so...
The shots do count as obscured, however, so you only get half the number of shots.
No. They're not obscured by this.
No. Well, they're obscured because they're half over their barrage distance.
Oh, I see, right.
Yes.
Not because of the terrain. So I get a take aim action, so I'm going to do that. So I get +1 attack. And I've got barrage 2.
So, how many units have you got? You've got 11.
Halved.
Half that, rounding down, is 5.
No, so
times your barrage rating, which is 2, so you get 10 shots.
10 shots.
What's your volley?
2.
2 or below. And in usual form, Will is rolling nice low ones.
Got 4 there.
4 hits, that's pretty good. My defence, the Household Knights, is normally 3. Any modifiers there? +1 defence against volleys made within its front arc. Yes.
Yep.
So it's 4 or below. Look, great roll in any other game. 5 or 6s. So I just lost an entire guy, which is devastating right at the start, just from some long-range arrow fire. Oh dear, oh dear.
Speculator shot.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now
Nice
it's your
work.
turn.
Okay, next one I've got is men-at-arms. Here they are. I guess they just better march forward. Close to the objectives, perhaps not quite close enough, unfortunately, to actually get any points. Right, force-grown drones.
Really, really reticent about venturing out into the charge zone of those cavalry.
Well, you've ruined... Well, you haven't ruined, but you've certainly reduced the effectiveness of my cavalry quite effectively.
So you could get potentially 14, right? 8 plus 6.
Well, is that it? You only moved a couple of inches forward.
Yep.
Cowardly drones.
Would you walk out there?
Well, you've got to get the objectives. They're not going to give you points for
I can't
not
take
being close to
objectives
them.
with these guys, so there's no point in risking them until you get to a position where you're taking them, and then I can prevent you from taking them.
Oh, I see.
I can't capture them with them because they're only light infantry.
Oh, well, everybody, that's Will's twisted logic.
And it's your turn.
So it is. Well, Will just brought his force-grown drones forward and then changed his mind, backed them right up again. The cowardly spire. What's going on?
Well, you know, realistically, if I walk out here so I can get in range and claim these objectives, but he's still got them to move, so they'll just come sweeping around the flank, hit me, roll me up, and then I'll be gone. So there's no point.
Well, somebody's going to make the first move.
Well, this all depends on the turn order and who gets the initiative and that sort of thing. Okay.
Tactics.
Yeah.
I've heard tell of these strange and mysterious things.
T-word.
You're done? So they're not...
I'm
they're,
done.
What, they're just sitting there?
Yep.
Unbelievable. Well, I'm taking a leaf from Will's book and being very conservative in my moving forward for my cavalry. They've just stepped forward a little bit, not close enough to the objectives, but not close enough to be charged. He's now bringing in the horrific abomination. Now, one important rule in this game that we forgot the last time we did a test run was that you cannot charge on the turn that you enter
No.
the board. It's going into the forest.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for the abomination. You got any cards left?
Yeah, I do. I've got one left, which is the mercenary crossbowmen. They're back here, and they're going to leapfrog over this stuff and just get in behind the cavalry, eating the dust of the cavalry. Right, so the crossbowmen have crossed this obstacle. They're behind here, so their shots at the force-grown drones are obscured. We're just firing between the cavalry as it charges forward. So it does half the number of shots. There are 12 shots normally, only does 6.
6 dice.
Here we go, and their volley is 2, so they need 2 or below.
It's one hit.
One hit. I can't roll low. I'm hopeless at it. You're really good at it, and I'm hopeless at it. So that's it. You've got, because it's armor piercing, it's -2 defense.
I have no defense.
So that does 1 hit.
So then I've got to do an armour. Oh, do I have to do a morale
You do
check?
have to do a morale. No, not against volleys.
Thank goodness.
Now we also have 3 objective cards, secondary objective cards, which have particular strictures on them, and if we fulfil these we get 1 point for each one we fulfil, but none of these apply.
No, I wouldn't think so yet. Okay, I've got my High Clone Executor who's just going to add 1 defence.
Okay, that's the turn. End of turn 3, we're on to turn 4. So let's first roll to see if these heavies come in. We need a 3+. Yes, mine comes on. And you're done, you're all on.
Yeah.
So I get Steel Legion this turn. We've organised our command decks. We now roll 4 initiative. Will gets a 1. I get a 1.
Got fewer cards.
I've got fewer cards than me, so...
have you, or have you already introduced your card into the deck?
I think I've got them all. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
To roll again.
Roll again. Unbelievable. 5, 6. Oh, Will gets it. Oh, what are you going to do with that? What's your first card?
My first card is my High Clone Executor.
Oh, okay. Where is he?
He's here.
Here he is. Let's just...
Okay.
There he is.
Okay, he's going to do turn the tide, choose a regiment within 12 inches of the character that's not yet acted this turn. That would be him.
Okay.
That regiment takes its actions, after which the character may take their action.
So he's going to charge. Oh, I'm
Clash
going to do a
then.
charge, then a clash.
Yes, right, thank
Right,
you.
I'm going to get that right.
Charge first is the
Okay,
thing.
so
What is
here
the
we go.
range?
The range is 12. Okay.
So hopefully if you roll a 1, this will be a total failure as a charge. Give me a 1.
No.
Now you don't roll a 1.
It's all about controlling the dice. There you go. That's no problem. 16.
Okay, we worked out. I've got a
10
+1
attacks.
defense after we work all the stuff out, but you're also terrifying, so my resolve is reduced. So this is the problem with games. Can be combats can be quite fast and furious because not only do you do the damage from the actual attack, but you do damage from morale as well if you fail your resolve roll.
What's this here?
I don't know. Either way.
No, you've done all your defense modifiers? Okay. So I've got a clash of 2. It's not increased by inspire because I can't use an inspire against you because you've got some special ability.
I've got a standard of steels.
So I need a 2 or less, and I get to re-roll all failed hits.
Oh, he's still running low. Look at that. 4 hits. That's pretty
4
good.
hits and re-rolls. That's another 2. So that's 6 hits.
Okay, give me those dice. I have a defense of 2, but I've got a +1, so it's 3 or below.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Look at that, only 2 hits. That is fantastic. And then I have to roll morale on those 2 hits.
And it's -1.
So that means my resolve is 2. So I need a 1. No,
So you lose 4.
4.
So you
Ouch.
stand.
There goes a stand.
Chompy, chompy.
That's the Wilhelm scream. How's it go? This is like the giant Denethor of monsters.
Okay, so that's it for him, I believe.
Oh,
Right.
look at that. Let's just get down to their level. Imagine that. Look at that. Ah, it's so horrible. They're just, look at that. Ah.
Peter's firing his crossbows again at the clones.
Peppering the drones with
Clones,
crossbows.
drones, what are
Half
they?
number of
Drones.
attacks,
No
because it's
clones,
obscured.
no drones.
You're right. Clones or drones?
Well,
Pick one.
I've got clones and drones. It's very confusing. These are clones.
Yeah.
They're drones.
Yeah. And there's some flones over there too.
6 dice. I've got no defense.
I've got a volley of 2, so 2 or below. That
That's
is a
no
stinkingly
hits.
bad roll. It's 1 hit.
1 hit.
You have no defense, so that kills 1.
One
and
guy.
There's no morale from the volley. Oh, geez, talk about peppering. There's just the occasional clone drone flown going.
That's not called peppering. That's seasoning. Seasoned to taste.
That's my go. It's,
Okay.
crap.
I've now got my marksman clones. That's clones. These ones are clones. They're going to fire at your cavalry again. Same shot as I did last time.
Okay.
It's more than half, isn't it? Right?
Yes,
Yeah. So they're more than half. So their counter is obscured. So only half of them fire.
correct. You're much better than my crossbow. I've only got barrage 1. You're double the effectiveness.
Yes.
Nasty.
So I'm going to take aim action.
Yep.
And I'm going to shoot.
Yep.
Okay? So 3 or less. Here we go.
Ooh, look, you're starting to roll some halfway decent shots there.
That's 5 hits.
Oh, 5 hits. They have a +1 defense against volleys from the front arc, so it's 4. Oh, 1 hit. Let's take a little counter there. There we go.
Just charging in with his cavalry on the flank of the abomination.
Wheel up to 90, move straight up. So basically, good doing.
Get two into base-to-base contact.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Charge the abomination!
Stabbing him at the side.
That's just great.
Unfortunately, he won't be involved, but
That's
Yeah.
amazing. It's certainly cinematic, this game.
okay, that is an attack, so I do impact hits, which is half the total attacks of these 2 guys, which would be 4 plus 5, which is 9. Half of that is 4 dice. Like that. And also, you get a -1 defense, because my noble has a heroic physique. A powerful physique, I should say. Like that. I also have smite, so enemy regiments count their defences 0 against melee attacks made by this stand. That's
Hang on. You're not doing a clash, you're just doing a charge.
Yeah, I am, yes.
Right?
That's
Just stick with your impact roll for the moment. Don't get overexcited.
Oh, this isn't. Oh, yeah, okay. I've got brutal impact.
Right.
So
what
you
we
count
want.
defense as being -2, it's 2 points lower.
2 points lower. Okay, my defence is then 1.
Plus cleave as well. So -1. That's
So my
3
defence
points.
is 0.
Your defence is 0.
Fantastic. You're not a very abominable abomination.
The black one is 3, the other is 2. They're misses. I got 1 hit. One stinking
One hit on the abomination.
How many wounds has he got?
10.
10.
Well, he's not
Yep,
easy to
got
kill.
a way to go. And that's where I've got to stop because that was my second action.
That was
I
second
marched
action.
first so I could do the perfect 90-degree thing.
So no
So-
clash. So now it's my
clash.
turn, and I've got the brute drones who are just here, and they're going to charge your cavalry.
You know, it's incredible, isn't it? They're right there. I totally forgot about them. They're right there. I was so fixated on charging this abomination to the side, I forgot that they're right there.
Well, it's all right. You guys are so tough. You'll probably survive.
This is what you get in Conquest, these mighty battles.
So I need to get... It's 7 to get to you, so I need a 1 to do the charge, so I can't miss on the charge.
No.
So they're just going to go...
Well, you could wheel a bit first and get your centre one in.
Doesn't he get automatically adjusted?
Not sideways, but I mean, if you did up to a 90-degree turn,
Oh, I can... Yeah, okay. So I
like
can
that,
just go like that.
move straight.
Okay, so they get all 3 of them in there.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
Oh, look at this mighty melee.
That's what we want. Okay, so I've charged. There's no impact because I'm only an infantry unit, so now it's a clash.
Correct.
And I re-roll all failed hit rolls.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got 3
Now,
dudes.
before you do anything, let me
They've got
check
5
mine.
attacks
Let me
each.
check mine because I've got +1 defence. No, that's front arc. You've attacked from the side, so I don't get that.
I've got 15 attacks, 3 figures with 5 attacks each. I can
Oof.
re-roll all failed hit rolls.
Oh, that is devastating.
And my clash value is 2, increased by 1 because I'm inspired. So it's 3 or
Oh.
less, 15 rolls. Can you... I'm not allowed to get inspired against you or something, aren't I? Or is
No.
that your infantry?
And that's the other one.
Okay, here we go. So 3 or less. Oh, there's a lot of 6s and 5s in there. It's not a very good roll at all.
Good. About time you started rolling high.
Still got 8 hits though.
Yeah. Just got to say, Will and I and a couple of other guys play a role-playing game every Sunday night, usually on video, because Will is over in Australia and I'm usually here in New Zealand.
We're all in Australia except for him.
Yeah, yeah, there is that. And Will's bad dice rolling in that game has become legendary. His ability to roll 1s and 2s is truly astonishing.
Yeah, it's put us into some very, very nasty situations,
Yes.
I can tell you.
Like the last game where you cast a sleep spell and managed to sleep the guy next to you as well.
Myself and my list, leaving only one person in the party left alive.
That was great. So,
that's 8 hits, my friend.
8 hits.
8 hits.
Pass me those dice, please. Thank you. My defence is... This is my cavalry. I'm a little bit worried about my household knights here, but they have a defence of 3 and nothing extra in this case because you're hitting me in the flank.
Love the flank.
Oh, it's a pretty good roll, though. That's good. It's only 3 hits.
3 hits. Okay, but he's already taken a wound, so he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Gone.
You can basically do what is called a something or other move that allows you to move up. What is it? It's a... so you can press the attack. Once casualties have been removed and the regiment's no longer in contact, you can press the attack. First player chooses one of them, pushes it. Yeah, so you just basically come back, you push that forward into contact.
Charge into contact. Okay.
All right. Now I have to roll morale because you did, 3 hits?
Yep.
My resolve is 3. Please, no more. That's another 1, so 1 wound. Oh, that can go on him. Tell you, my knights are really in trouble here.
Don't worry, the infantry will come to the rescue.
I hope so. This is one of the annoying things about the Spire. He just did a biotic renewal and 2 of them came back to life.
Just pop back out of the ground.
Rotten, fat, grown drones they are.
They were just a pile of sludge, and he just went, oh, back up, fully armoured, fully armed.
Oh, that's so annoying. Right, here's mine. It is my men-at-arms. They're going to fight back against this abomination. So you're probably wondering how I'm going to attack with the men-at-arms. So it's very easy. I've got 11 figures here. They've got 1 attacks each, so that's 11 dice. I've got 4 attacks for the Imperial Officer, so that's 15 dice.
2 stands at the back. They're not in the front rank, but they supply 1 each.
Mhm.
So that's 17 dice.
Mhm.
And then finally, my Imperial Officer has Fury, so he gives +1 attacks to each engaged stand.
Which is another
actually,
3.
no, another 2. Only these 2 are engaged, so
okay.
take 1 off.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, that's a relief.
And there you go. It's only this pile here.
And what do you need to hit?
Well, the officer, which is the black dice, needs a 2 or below. The men at arms need 2 or below, so it's 2 or below.
2 or below.
So a lot of dice, but
Yeah, a
2
lot of
or
dice,
below.
but 2 or below. Let's go. Oh, pretty woeful.
There's 2. There's 2. There's another 1. Is that it? See,
That's it.
I just don't roll 1 or 2s.
Oh God, 5 hits.
So that does 5 hits. You might want to do defense
Yes,
on
so
that.
I've got defense of 3.
Get rid of these stray dice. They're confusing
very
things.
annoying, aren't they? So 3.
3?
Yep, it's an abomination.
Yeah.
I took out 2 of them, so that's 3 hits.
Okay.
3 hits. He's taken 4 out of 10.
Oh, a bit of morale, actually.
Starting to chip him down.
What's your resolve?
Resolve is 4.
Alright, roll those 3.
Which? Those 3.
3
okay.
hits, yeah.
Okay, so I failed on one of them, so I take another hit.
Ooh, I'm chipping him down.
Yeah, he's down to half strength.
Chipping him down. Basically, it's like, it looks very still here, but the abomination's going, whoa, and men at arms are going,
Chonk,
thrown around.
chonk, chonk.
Always like one of those classic Conan covers where he's just on the top of a pile of dead, and guys who are fighting are just going, whoa!
So he's the abomination. Okay,
That was good.
right, my turn. I've got the force-grown drones.
Right.
Here they are.
They're going to move up, get
Yes,
into it.
yes, they are, right now, in fact.
Objective grabbing.
Well, no, because they can't grab objectives.
Oh no, they can't. Keep forgetting. Oh, look at this. It's a battle royale.
Right.
Oh, you're going to be charging my crossbowmen. They'll be stuffed.
That's the idea.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay, that's the end of the turn.
No, I've got one left.
Oh, have you?
It's my Steel Legion, and they haven't even come onto the board yet.
I've forgotten about them.
Aha! See, I forgot your drones over there. You forgot my Steel Legion. I can bring them in behind my dudes here.
You
so
can
I can
too.
bring them in from here.
Yeah,
through
or over
the
here.
forest.
Oh, you could bring him on the flank of the abomination.
Well, stop making suggestions because your suggestions are loaded. You said I should attack the
Damn
flank
it!
at the side.
He's twigged my plan.
Yeah.
You got to admit, though, it's pretty good. If you brought him on here, you could get him in the flank.
Yes, but then you can shoot me in the flank with the things. Whereas here, quiet. I don't trust you.
Propaganda.
I'm just going to move these trees,
Loose lips sink steel legions.
and we're going to move him from the side.
You never know
Ignore-
who's listening.
Just ignore what Belford has to say.
Meanwhile, we'll enjoy this
That.
magnificent chaos
Wizard's Tower.
wizard's tower with the observatory on the top, which we shoved over here just because, well, you know, you don't get too many opportunities to use a piece of terrain like that, even though it has no involvement in the game whatsoever. But it is, as my children like to say, quite picturesque. Here he comes. He's bringing the Steel Legion through the forest. It's an unconventional way of attacking. Is that it? Just 5?
Yeah, 5 hit. 5 up.
Okay.
Reinforcements are coming. Don't worry, mercenary crossbowmen. The Steel Legion have got you on their
Flank.
somewhere on your side. Whatever.
Sneakily amassing victory points here. He gets 2 points for being within
3 inches of the centre of that particular objective, as Abomination is. So he gets 2 points for that. And he also completed 2 of his secondary objectives. So he's got 4 points. I've got nothing. This is not going well. All I can do is fight back with righteous fury.
The Righteous Fury, that's right.
Well, we're starting turn 5, and Will has decided to use his once per game supremacy ability, which his commander has. And what is it, Will?
I can resolve the top 3 cards in my stack as one go.
That is devastating because he won initiative and he gets to go first. So I've just got to sit here and basically take the blows as they come. I'm a little bit worried about that. What are you going to start with?
I think I'll start with...
Well, turn over the card of your deck and we'll find out.
Yeah, the brute drones. Yeah, they're going to continue wading into the clash with the cavalry from the flank.
This is going to be a hard turn for the 100 Kingdoms. Here we go, 15 attacks.
3 or less.
hard to tell.
2, 4, 6,
Ah.
7 hits.
Yeah, that's pretty effective. 7 hits. Thank you. My defence is 3. I think, the days of cavalry are ending. I haven't got anything special because you're attacking me from the flank, so I don't get my usual +1. No, that's 3 saves, so that does 4 hits. So that takes him out. So only my warlord's left, so he is dead. Once you take him out, he doesn't stay on the board by himself.
So what do these guys do now? Because they're now stranded on their own.
Yep, they are stranded, which means
Stranded far from.
that means. Well, I don't know if you can go that forward. You can. One or both players can press the attack, so you can push it back in contact with the enemy regiment. Now, this is only if you whack out, units from an enemy regiment, and blah blah blah. It doesn't apply.
I guess I don't do anything then.
Yeah, it's not a free move to attack another enemy regiment.
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
So he's just wiped out my noble lord and my household knights.
Excellent.
That is devastating.
So now I'll draw my next card,
Oh,
and it's the Abomination.
this is horrible. Help me, everybody. What gives you the right to come over here and enjoy my hospitality and beat me at war games?
Well, someone's got to do it because you put so much work and effort into painting all of this. I mean, look at this. Seriously.
Yep.
Let's just stop for a moment and consider the amount of time and effort that's gone into this. And this is just one game of 12 new ones that Peter's expecting me to play in the next 24 hours. And he's painted all of these figures. It's just a monumental effort. And so it has to be appreciated. That's what you're here for, to appreciate. That's what I'm here for, let's face it, to appreciate his efforts.
I don't quite understand how that gels with beating me horribly in games,
Well,
though.
that's just something you've got to put up with by detail. And your excuse is that you're too busy worrying about shooting videos and
that's
worrying
true.
about the painting and all the rest of it to pay any attention to tactics. And as far as excuses go, it's pretty lame, but you've been getting away with it for a long time, and I think you're going to keep pulling it out of the back pocket for some time yet.
Well, actually, every time we don't film a game, I usually win.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. Now, you're -1 defence,
Yes.
which gets cancelled because I'm attacking you from the front.
Yes.
And you've got +1 defence because of your captain. I get to re-roll all failed to hit rolls when performing a clash action. But first I'm going to do an inspire, but
No.
I can't inspire because I can't be inspired against you.
Yes, I've got standard of steel, so you can't do that.
Right, so it's just a straightforward clash.
However, I get 2 defence, extra defence, because I've got shield and seasoned veteran.
Okay, and you get -1 because I'm doing cleave, so
Right.
you get
+1
+1
defence.
Right, so here we go.
So my defence
10
is-
attacks,
yeah.
and my clash is 2 or less. That's pretty crap.
Ooh.
It's not such a good roll this time.
Oh, that's
3
more like
hits,
it.
but I
Fantastic.
get to re-roll all failed to hit rolls.
Oh, you're kidding.
No. Oh, that's terrible. 4 hits.
4 hits.
Just
Dear,
a
oh dear.
disaster. It's
My
not very abominable.
defence is 2 + 1, which is 3. Here we go. Oh, 3 of them saved.
One lousy
One hit. That is fantastic. Sorry, mate. And then we do a resolve
Yeah,
test.
and you're -1 on resolve because I'm terrifying.
So I need a 1. I got a 1.
You're -1.
Yeah, I know. I got a 1.
God,
It's only
damn
killed
it.
1 guy. That's unbelievable. Wow, I've had times when the Abomination has hit the man of arms unit and just gone through it like mincemeat.
Yeah, well, if I'd got you on the flank, it would have been a very different story.
Yeah.
But as it is, the force-grown drones are going to charge,
Oh no.
and they're going to charge then.
Oh no.
It's 5. I've got a
Okay.
movement of 5, so I don't think I'm going to miss that charge.
No, line them up.
Bam!
It's amazing. We were commenting before about how visually spectacular this game is when you get all these ranks together. It just looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Look at that. That is a battle.
I did get the Game of Thrones, or what's it called, a Song of Ice and Fire game, which is very similar to this in terms of bases on mounts and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And it was a monumental painting effort and looks amazing. It doesn't look as good as this,
No.
but it's still got the same visual impact. It's quite incredible.
Yeah, there's something that, rank and flank type games like this are sort of out of fashion in many ways, but I still think they're really fun.
Yeah.
There's something really satisfying about, wheeling those formations around. And, let's face it, there were a lot of battles with forces in formation.
Up until the First World War, really, that's how it was done.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to use my catabolic node. First time the regiment uses a clash action, which I'm going to do because I've charged as my first action, and now I'm going to clash as my second action.
Yeah, correct.
I roll 2d6, and then I do that much damage.
This is the bomb thing.
This is the bomb thing, and then I do the highest number on myself as well.
No, I hate this.
11 in the front.
Yep.
12, 13, 14.
Yep.
14 dice, plus 2d6 for the bio bomb.
Yep.
And I'm inspired because I charged, so I need a 2 or less.
Yep. And I have no modifiers to this guy, so not good.
5 hits, and then I'll do the bio bomb. Actually, it's 6 hits.
Oh, only a 4.
So that's 10. So I do 3 hits to myself for a start. You get 3, 6, 8. Oh,
10,
sorry.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's 10. Yes.
10. Gee, I'm so good to you.
I was forgetting that was the total.
My defence is 1. Oh dear, I need a 1.
I only got 1.
I got 1.
2.
There's another one. So that's 8 hits. That takes out 2 stands. Oh, ouch. And that's probably going to kill the rest of them because their resolve is 2. Yep, that's done. Wiped them out. Ouch. That's the second time that's happened. Force grown drone unit goes against mercenary crossbowmen. Say goodbye.
So the infantry, the men-at-arms are having another go at the abomination. Here we go. Kill it! Kill it! 2 or below.
Oh,
There's
look at all
2.
those 6s.
There's another one. Look at this.
Oh my god!
I mean, really?
That is an abomination of a roll.
I cannot roll these low rolls. It's a frustrating thing.
It's something
You need low rolls.
your whole life has been geared to
I know.
rolling high numbers.
The mental energy that's streaming out of my brain is going, give me a 6 from War of the Ring.
War of the Ring, yes.
So that's 3 hits. You've got defence against that.
Yes, and I've got a defence of 3.
This is terrible.
Trois with trois. And I saved 2 of them, so that's 1 hit.
1 hit. 1 measly hit. Try to resolve against that as well.
Oh, okay. I don't really want to, but I guess I have to. 4 for 1 hit.
Yeah.
Yes, I survived that.
1 hit. That is disgustingly bad.
That's what I did on you last turn.
Oh, yeah, okay. Not so bad then.
Okay, now I've got my marksman clones.
Okay, so I'm going to fire at you, but I only get to use half of them, so it's
Correct.
5.
Yep.
5 hits.
Jeez, that's pretty reasonable.
50%.
What the hell?
5 hits.
My defence is again, it is 2. Oh,
hell.
3 saves. It's only 2 hits.
Arms are proving hard to kill. So these, what are they? Drones have just come charging in and utterly butchered the crossbowmen, and they're standing there cheering and triumphantly throwing things in the air, heads of the enemy, etc. And then the Steel Legion just comes marching, clank, 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 out to the edge of the forest. Charge! And in they go. Bam! Right on the flank. Knew it was coming. Couldn't do much about it. And they're going to claim that victory point into the bargain. 2 victory points.
12 dice, plus they've got Fury, so that adds 1 for each engaged stand. That's 15 dice.
Oh, wow.
Their clash is 3, and you get a -2 defence, so you get no defence, I believe.
I've only got 1 defence anyway.
Okay, so we need 3 or below. I want to roll 3 or below at every single one of these dice.
I believe it when I see it. It's looking pretty good.
It's pretty good. Take out that one, that one, that one, that one.
And
Look
that
at-
4, there's a 4.
Look at that!
That's not good.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10. See
10.
the power of positive thinking. 10 dice, and you have no defence.
No.
So that takes out 10. Perhaps you'd like to
10
roll
dice.
resolve on those as well.
Perhaps I would.
I saved 1.
That's 19 hits. Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
Look at the size of those swords. Let's just get in there and show you the size of those swords.
King and reaping.
Look at that.
And
They are
slashing
just
and stabbing and
Yep, slicing
so that's
those heads off.
what is that? That's 4
19.
stands. So they're all dead, sir. He's dead, sir.
And that
He's
one,
dead, sir.
that's 16.
That's 16. It's
17.
basically him left with 1 guy.
Oof. Oh, so close to wiping you out.
It's bad news. Look at that just totally and utterly
Right,
smashed.
so I'm stranded, so I can bring you forward here. Let's put it there and just bring him up.
Stranded. I'm so far from home.
Oh, I can't believe I'm one short of wiping you out.
Well, next round.
Yeah, but
Okay, so now having done that, you're not in range of that anymore.
yeah.
But you don't have any choice when you're stranded.
Well, no,
You've
do
gotta
no,
go
no.
in.
Must press the attack.
You must press the attack. Otherwise you'd be stranded.
Shut up. Would you like to point out what you're talking about? Because most people overseas wouldn't know.
There's an Australian band called the Saints from Brisbane who back in the late 70s released a song called I'm Stranded, which is generally regarded as the original Australian punk tune. It's actually quite a good song.
Yeah.
And they released a whole lot of great albums after that. So yeah, that's the song. I'm
And the-
Stranded by the Saints.
Yeah, and the lead singer did some excellent
Chris
solo
Bailey,
albums.
yes,
Chris
he did a lot
Bailey.
of great solo albums. I saw him play many times at university.
Yeah, there you go. It's your go, Will. Turn up a card.
Okay, it's the Biomancer who's still alive.
No, he's still.
Yes, he is. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to do a biotic renewal.
Oh no!
He's gonna
Don't bring
roll
them back.
D6 and heal that number of wounds.
Oh, that's annoying.
Right.
Damn! So close to wiping them out. They just keep coming back like cockroaches.
Yes, they do. I've got the High Clone Executor. Or Executor, depending on whether you're talking about somebody with an axe or somebody with a will. I don't know whether he can do anything.
I think he's someone with a will. He is someone with a will. Will?
Yes, there he is. Okay, that's it.
God, the quality of the humour in the show is amazing.
World class.
So, are we up to what turn?
6.
Well, we were just about to start another turn, and then we counted up victory points, and Will has 8.
Because, and this was the thing, I got 2 for that one, 1 for that one, which put me on 7, and then I pulled out my Unsullied Territory card. He has no unbroken units in my half of the battlefield, so as of turn 5, 6, 7, or 8, I get a victory point. That's just won the game.
Well, it seems fair, doesn't it, really? Because you have... Well, not really.
No.
I could have almost got there. My Steel Legion had... One more turn, I could have wiped out these guys.
They're gone.
And then I could have joined into here, but,
Yeah.
you've got another unit there. Yeah, you sort of
I
were
think
ahead.
ultimately you probably would win because you'll chomp him next turn. These guys will swing around. These 2 guys will go through them, and then I'll just have archers. But by that stage, it doesn't matter because I've won tactically.
Well, it's about the victory points, and you're holding those objectives. You're right next to them, and I'm just battling you, not holding any objectives or contesting them at all. And unfortunately, here the Steel Legion, of course, had to follow up when
'Cause
they
they were
destroyed those
stranded.
ranks because they were stranded. So I didn't get the victory point from that, which wouldn't have made any difference. I only got 1 victory point for one of my secondary objectives, so I really didn't pay enough attention to those. Well, you know what they say, Will, when you're holding the camera and doing all... Anyway, well, we've played several games of Conquest this afternoon.
Patriotism's the last resort of cowards.
We've played several games of Conquest this afternoon.
It's been an entire day of Conquest.
It has kind of,
just
yeah.
to get to this point.
Because we made a few silly mistakes along the way, and really, it's what do you think of Conquest?
No, it's great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's once you know what the hell you're doing, it's like anything else. Once you know what you're doing, it goes quite quickly, and it's quite fun. And it forces the thing that's different, as we were saying. It forces you to think more in terms of whole units and the whole wheeling, and it's much more Napoleonic than all the other Ameritrash style. What do you call them? Skirmish games.
Yeah.
That we mostly play.
It's more classic wargaming, really, in a way, isn't it?
It is, but it's in a medieval fantasy setting, which is always fun, and it's got figures like this.
Yeah. Wow. It's just a scene stealer, that one.
It beats the French versus the Austrians, doesn't it?
And you should say, actually, if you just go into that, below the oven, there's a drawer there in the bottom there. Just show the figure that's half painted. It's a giant. Yeah, I haven't quite finished painting this one yet, but as you can see, there's a spectacular giant. This comes from the Nords faction. Look at that.
With that tree sweeping through
Yeah,
that.
it's actually even more impressive, the Abomination, than that one. It's a really chunky figure. Isn't that great? I've got to finish painting up the Nord faction so I can get that on the board. It's quite...
I didn't realise you had a whole other faction.
Oh, yeah. And dwarves as well, or what they're called, Dwagom, they're called.
Dwagom.
Who are like sort of fiery dwarves. And they've just released a new faction, which is basically orcs on dinosaurs.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, like tribal orcs on dinosaurs. So there's a real range of factions, depending on what kind of style you like. They look fantastic in these massed ranks. And the other thing is, here's something else you didn't know, is this company uses the same, you can use the same miniatures for a skirmish system called First Blood, which has very similar rules, but if it's skirmish rather, so it's not rank and flank. All you do is you take your miniatures out of your trays, and you have small groups of them like this, and you can play a skirmish war game with the same miniatures.
Oh, that's very clever.
Yeah.
Two systems with the same figures, that's great.
Yeah.
And there weren't nearly as many off-board things to try and remember. Some of those other games, the characters, I'm sure it's the case with Warhammer as well, the characters have got so many special abilities you can't keep track of them all.
Well, with skirmish ones, because there are smaller amounts, they tend to have all special abilities for each unit and everything. These are pretty simple to keep track of. The only thing I'd say is that the army building is quite involved, and I think that appeals to a lot of people. Not so much me, because I want to get my armies out really quickly, but some people love just, obsessing over the detail of building their armies.
I should also point out that for the purposes of this game, Peter's summarised all of the figures onto one sheet of paper.
Yeah, that helps.
Which just makes a massive difference.
But I'll tell you something.
That's the kind of thing you need to do.
There is something that's great, is that the Parabellum website has got an army builder. So you can go in and build your armies using the online army builder, print it out save it as a PDF. And also...
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yep, and when you save it out, you can hit the option to save the rules as well for the stats that are in the armies that you've picked.
Okay.
So it'll give you a list of all the special abilities after the stats.
Look at that.
So
that's what you call value added.
Indeed.
Well done, Parabellum. It's good to see people actually making some tools other than the rules.
Yeah.
Because Peter's done, as you'd expect, a rules summary for this game. And it's a pretty intense piece of work, having looked at the original rules. Getting them all onto a couple of sheets of paper is not an easy task. And as a technical writer, I can attest to the difficulty of doing that.
Well, thank you very much for watching, folks. That is Conquest. Fantastic game if you're into fantasy, mass battle type tabletop miniatures war games. Thank you for playing, Will.
Oh, my pleasure.
I will see you next time.
I'll see you tomorrow for another one.
Yes, indeed.
Another day.
Another day of gaming. Who knows what we'll play. That's the Esoteric Order of Gamers, orderofgamers.com. Go check out the website, download the rule summaries, check out all the videos on this YouTube channel, subscribe if you haven't already, hit all notifications, check the social media. You know the drill. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.